Hey everybody, welcome back to your CrossFit Cure at Home workout for Thursday, July 16th. Let's go ahead and get right into our warm-up, and our warm-up today is 3 rounds of the following movements. 1 minute single unders if you've got a jump rope. If you don't have a jump rope, go ahead and do 1 minute of jumping jacks. Second movement, 10 inchworms. Keep your legs straight here if you can. This is not only about the shoulder warming up, but also about stretching out our back body here. So keep your legs straight if you can. Hands down to the floor, walk out. Let's go ahead and do a push-up at the bottom of this. And then either walk your hands back to your feet or walk your feet up to your hands if you want to do inchworms in a row. Good scales for these is A, take the push-up out, or B, step out a little bit wider so it's easier to get our hands to the floor there, so we can do it without bending our knees and get that stretch. So 10 inchworms and then 10 reverse lunges each side. When you do these back stepping lunges, these reverse lunges, make sure that you're keeping your legs at hips width so you're not stepping into a narrow line. It'll be a lot easier to balance there. And again, as we step back, we want to make sure that back knee is right below the hip. We're nice and upright. And when we stand up, do as much work with our front heel to stand up as we can, not our front toe. We don't want to get this into our calf, and not all the work shouldn't be coming from our back toe either, okay? 3 rounds of those 3 movements, and then we'll be nice and warm for our workout, which is a girl workout today. It is Jackie, but we are doing modified Jackie, so something we can do at home in the park with minimal equipment, because most of us don't have a pull-up bar, okay? So what we're gonna do here, first movement, Jackie is 4 time. We're going through 3 movements, just 1 time through each of them. So it's supposed to be quick. First movement, 200 double unders, or 250 single unders, or 1,000 meter run. So this is something that should take us about 3 to 5 minutes to get through. If you're gonna go ahead and do double unders and you've never done 200 before, try and make it something where you can get through relatively quickly, but break it up into maybe 4, 5, 6 sets. If we don't have 200 double unders, we can always scale that number back a little bit so it's something we can get through in about 5 minutes. 250 single unders, that's gonna be pretty quick if you're really good at single unders. If you're still working on the jump rope, again, we can scale those repetitions back. That 1,000 meter 1,000 meter run, again, something that should take us around 5 minutes, maybe 6 minutes, something we can stay quick with. If we have to break and walk, we should probably cut the distance back on that. And one more scale here is a 250 step in and out. So this is something at the park we're gonna do with an agility ladder, so we can have a few people on it, or just have a line in front of you and you're simply going to step in and step out, and every single one of those counts as 1 rep. Every time you step in and out is 1 rep, okay? That is the first movement and all the scales for that. Second movement, 50 thrusters. This is gonna be done with dumbbells or kettlebells. Ideally, you have 2. You're putting those on your shoulders, going down to a full squat below parallel, coming up explosively, opening the hips, squeezing the glutes. Only once you get to the top will you punch those weights overhead, okay? Once we get to the top, this is where we rest, because as we bring those weights back down, we're gonna drop down into that squat and go again. This is all about explosiveness, about moving really smoothly. One thing we want to avoid here is on the way down, we don't want to squat before those dumbbells, kettlebells get to our shoulders, okay? So let those hit the shoulders, then back down, then up, and again, we don't want to punch until we're at that full extension. If we only have 1 weight, we're gonna go to goblet position for that. So single dumbbell, single kettlebell right in front of our chest. So 50 thrusters, and then the last one is 30 Renegade rows each side. So this is something we can do 30 on one side, 30 on the other, especially if we're using 1 weight. You're gonna go down into that plank. Get your feet a little wider here, it's easier for balance, and then you're just rowing that weight up to your chest and back down. That's it. Once you get through those 30 Renegade rows on each side, that is your time. That's the workout. That's our modified version of Jackie. So goal here is to move really quick, you guys, but we should have to break it up a little bit. In our minds, maybe unbroken is something that is possibly achievable, but we will hit a little bit of our cardio limits here, and that's why we'll probably break it up just to catch our breath. We shouldn't be breaking this up due to muscular fatigue from the weight being too heavy, okay? So use a weight that you can get through where the challenge is actually your breathing and your cardio and not the weight itself. Our accessory work today, 7-minute AMRAP of max bent over row. So put your butt back, stay nice and relatively tall in your chest so that you can keep your back straight. And you're just gonna do 7 minutes, max dumbbell bent over row. Every time you take a break, you're gonna perform 10 hand release push-ups. These can be off our knees if we need to scale it back, but coming down to the floor, lifting our hands up, pressing back down. We are trying not to peel up here, so try and stay nice and straight. If we don't have weights here, we can sub with an odd object like a backpack. And then our stretching is squat therapy. You can do this up against a wall, or you can do this just out in the open. Quality is the key here. Bring your arms up as you squat to engage your back body. Stay nice and tall in your chest. You should be able to see, if you had something written on the front of your shirt, you should be able to see that when you squat, so not dropping your chest down, and then really working on getting our hip crease below the tops of our knees and staying on our midfoot to our heels here. So push your knees out, nice, slow, controlled, maybe a couple sets of 5 reps, 2-3 sets of 5 reps for squat therapy there. It'll feel really good. All right, that is it for Thursday. We will see you guys tomorrow.